Hi, everybody. My name is Alana. I am the founder of Team Be the Change, and I'm really excited that everybody's here today, and really excited to share my story with you about coaching and how I got into this, and really how it's changed my life, and how I'm using it as a tool to help other people change their lives. So a little bit about me. I'm a mom. I have a almost 2-year-old son named Garrett, and I live in Asheville, North Carolina, with my husband. And we've been married for 5 years. Sorry, we just celebrated our 5-year anniversary in May. Um, and my background really is not at all in health and fitness. I have a bachelor's degree in animal science. I thought I wanted to be a veterinarian for probably most of my life up until the end of my undergraduate career. And then my final quarter of my bachelor's degree, I took a course in rangeland ecology and loved it, which is basically like managing grasslands and shrublands. I grew up in California, and then in that class, I got a job announcement for a biological technician position in Wyoming. And so I actually took that and worked for the summer there, met my husband, decided I needed to go back to school because I didn't know enough to actually continue a career in that. So I got my master's degree in rangeland ecology from Oklahoma State, did some research in Montana. I lived in Wyoming for 6 years, moved back to North Carolina with my husband. And then we, because his family is here. And so then, as we were more settled, we decided to start a family. And I'm no longer working in the field of ecology. I am working for my husband's family business, which has nothing to do with ecology. And it's not something I'm passionate about. But really how I got started with Beachbody and with coaching was when I was pregnant with Garrett, I joined a very small Facebook group, and one of the moms in the group she's a Beachbody coach. She's now my coach, and she and I were due date buddies with our boys. We were both due September 16th, and she ended up having her son 3 weeks early, and my son was 2 weeks late. And so, I watched her on social media, and I watched her, all throughout her pregnancy. She was, very, very dedicated to her health and her fitness. And I was sitting on a couch with a quesadilla, and she was doing a workout, and I was eating ice cream, and she was drinking Shakeology. And, I was very impressed with that. And so it must have been probably it was after, I was cleared for exercise, but starting about 3 months after I had my son, so it was about 2 months. The beginning of December in 2015, I joined my first accountability group that she invited me to join. And I fell in love with it. Like I'd been doing some workouts at home. I think I was doing like Jillian Michaels or something, like 6-week 6-pack, which it was working okay, but it was really hard for me to like get up and do it without having the accountability of somebody saying, "Hey, what are you doing? Hey, I didn't see you working out today." So just being part of a community and seeing everybody else like pushing play on their workouts and, doing all these great things and seeing their successes, that was amazing. And, I saw people talking about Shakeology, and I loved the groups. I loved the interaction. And so then, she invited me to check out what coaching was all about. And I thought to myself, like, there's no way that people can get paid just to basically do this, basically just to, post in groups and encourage people. Like, there's no way. And I saw a video by one of the coaches in our upline, and I saw that in 2015, he made something like $500,000 doing this business. And I almost died. Because it doesn't make sense to me that, you can help people and you can change people's lives and you can get paid for it, and you can work on yourself and you can, take care of your body and you can eat well and, work on your do personal development to help yourself and get paid for it. Like, it totally boggles me. I mean, with all that being said, you know, the Beachbody disclaimer is Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of income, but it is based on each individual's skills and dedication and discipline to the tasks. So there's no guarantee, but the point that I'm trying to make is it is possible. If you put the dedication in and you put the effort in, you're going to get the results that you want. And it's just like fitness. You know, if you eat well and you exercise, you are going to see results. So I still wasn't totally convinced. And I never thought, you know, this would really work out for me. I didn't, you know, I was a new mom. I still had like probably 30 pounds I wanted to lose, just, you know, after pregnancy. And I was just like, no, like nobody's going to want to, no, it was not right. But she kept coming back and she kept saying, you know, hey, you know, I think you'd be really great. You know, you inspire people in the groups. I love your posts. You're very dedicated. I think you'd be great at this. So eventually, and let me tell you, this was 9 months after I first joined my first accountability group. I signed up as a coach in September. So the 4 days before my son's first birthday, I signed up as a coach. And I'm not turning back. This has been hands down the best thing that I have done for myself ever. So many of you have been in the accountability groups, and there's the amazing fitness community that is part of coaching, but something that is even more incredible to me is the coaching community. And our team is made up of a lot of moms, mostly women, and it's a group that at this time in my life I really relate to. I have a lot in common. You know, we share, you know, struggles together, we share successes together, we encourage each other, and it's a group of people who are constantly trying to better themselves and better the lives of their families, and they have big dreams and big goals. And when you are surrounded by that kind of positivity, it is life-changing. I truly never knew that I could physically and mentally feel this vibrant. And it is, it's all the opportunity that I was given when my coach asked me if I wanted to be a coach, and I finally said yes. And so as a coach, we do, you know, a number of things. Like we reach out to people. And the thing about coaching, a lot of people, because it is a multi-level marketing institution, I guess, I'm not sure what you call it, but it's a business model that's multi-level marketing, which some people get a little bit freaked out and they're like, oh, well, that's a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal. And a pyramid scheme is when somebody at the top collects money directly from the people that are working for them. So if this were a pyramid scheme, which it's not, I would pay my coach a percentage of what I make. But with Beachbody, the company, pays us commission. And then as we start to grow and rank and help more people, we can start earning what's called residual income, which is where people, you know, make money. And basically that's where you make money in your sleep. And that's based off of kind of a point system that I won't really go into here. But if you have any questions, please ask. But basically it's primarily, you know, when people do become very successful, they're earning their income, residual income. So it's based on people that they've already helped. And there's a point system, and when they accumulate points, the points cycle in something called a team cycle bonus, and they get paid for that. So now I've lost my train of thought. So I'll move on. What was I? Oh, wait. So there's a number of activities that we do as coaches. So we invite people to. Oh, all right. Okay. So I remember. So what I was going to say is we're not selling. Okay. We are, in a way, we are selling, but we are not sales people. We are relationship builders, and we help connect people that we know and trust and care about we help connect them with a community and a product that's going to change their lives. And we do that by inviting them to accountability groups, which are, for me, they're free groups. Some people do paid groups. I personally do free groups, and most of our team does them. Sometimes we'll all get together and do a paid group, but for the most part, it's for people to just become acquainted with what Beachbody can offer them, and they can see the value that we as coaches can provide to them. And that is primarily support, and we are their cheerleaders. Our goal is to help them change their life. And that is an incredibly powerful thing. And it is the most rewarding thing that I've ever done. And it baffles me every day that I get a paycheck from Beachbody once a week for helping people change their lives, either physically or financially, by inviting them to join me on my journey as a coach, and for them to start building their own business. So it's a relationship building business, which I love, because I don't like salespeople. Used car salesmen. That's how I feel. And I know that there are a lot of companies, multi-level marketing companies out there that they don't operate like Beachbody does. And I know that I have gotten so many messages, just like cold messages from people that are just icky, that just make me want to turn around and run the other way. And I don't respond usually I don't want to be a part of it, because I know that their goal is to reach out to me and get me to buy something. And as a coach, our goal is to help people. And when you help people, so there's this great quote that I love, and I believe it's by Zig Ziglar. And he says, if you help enough people get what they want in life, you will get what you want in life. And that's exactly my philosophy in this business, which is to help other people achieve the goals that they set for themselves, and for me to find a way to support them in any way that I can. And so that's what the culture of our team is. And it is amazing. It is so amazing. So that's really kind of in a nutshell what we do as coaches. And well, I guess I'll add one more thing. So as a coach, there are what Beachbody calls vital behaviors, and those are developed. Every coach is encouraged to do these vital behaviors. There's nothing that is required of you as a coach. You are your own CEO. There's nobody saying you need to go do this at this time. If you just want to get a discount on your Shakeology, that's great. If you want to pay for your Shakeology, awesome. If you want to replace your income, bring your spouse home, and make $1 million with this company, absolutely, that opportunity is available to you. And so Beachbody has created these 4 vital behaviors to, as kind of a guideline for people to do every single day, that will help them reach these different benchmarks that the company sets as far as, I can get into that later. If you have specific questions, please ask me or Danielle, whichever one of us invited you here. So one of the vital behaviors that I think is a wonderful idea is personal development. Every coach is encouraged to do minimum 10 minutes or read 10 pages of personal development every single day. So I've constantly got, I think I have like 3 books going right now. I've got a book on Kindle. I have a paperback book. I have a book on Audible. I also listen to podcasts all day long. Well, not all day long. I drive 45 minutes round trip between home and daycare and work each way when I go and drop my son off at daycare. And so I am always listening to podcasts in the car, or I'm listening to my Audible book. And over the last 10 months, I've grown so much as a person. I've grown more than I have in my whole life before this. And it's changed my life and my outlook on life, and it's made me a better mother. It's made me a better wife. It's changed my marriage. I truly feel that without, sorry, without the opportunity to, I feel like my husband and I would not be where we are right now, which is in a great place. We had some really, serious challenges after my son was born, and I feel like having a community and having the encouragement to work on myself changed our marriage and changed our lives in an incredible way. And I hate to think what would happen if this hadn't come into my life and where we would be right now, because it's kind of a scary thought thinking about where we were. So, sorry. So I, that's that's something that I do every day without fail. If I don't listen to my podcasts, if I don't listen to my books, if I don't have my time in the morning to spend, that's my me time, I am a mess all day long. So I am incredibly committed to this company that places the health and the well-being and the personal development of the coaches at such a high level that they would, encourage something like personal development and working on yourself. Because the truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup if there's nothing for you to pour. You can't help other people's become better versions of themselves if you aren't working on yourself. And that's not to say that when you sign up, you have to be at your goal weight. You have to be an amazing, mental specimen of the human race. Like, that's not the point at all. The point is that we are all growing together. And no matter where you start from when you sign up as a coach, people want to see your journey, and they're going to want to follow somebody who is positive and inspiring and dedicated to making a change in their life. And so if you're thinking, well, I'm not there. I still have 10, 20, 50 pounds that I want to lose. I don't feel like I'm the happiest version of myself. That's okay. I wasn't either. I had probably 20, 25 pounds that I still wanted to lose when I signed up as a coach. My marriage was like on the rocks. I was miserable. I hated my job, like, you name it. I was miserable. The only thing that I loved to do in life was to just check into these accountability groups. And that's what we get to do. We get to create this culture for people to come to. And so when I started working on myself and I started to share these changes on Facebook and people sort of saw my journey, people wanted to know what I was doing and they wanted to be a part of it. And that's exactly how it should be. We're not here to sell to people. We're here to inspire people. So if you have any doubts that you are not where you should be or not where you want to be, and so therefore you can't coach, I would challenge you to reassess that and think about, if you saw somebody who, maybe you see somebody who's just like you and they're unhappy and they want to lose weight and they are depressed, and all of a sudden you see them on social media being positive and consistently showing up and showing the world that they're working on themselves and making a change. Think about how you would respond to them if they said, "Hey, I'm doing this great thing. I'd love for you to join me because it's changed my life." If it's somebody that you know and you like and you trust, I know that I would jump on board, and that's exactly what happened. I saw my coach. I knew her on a personal level because she had reached out to me. She'd made the effort to get to know me. I saw what she was doing. She invited me, and because she took the time to get to know me, that's what this business is about. It's about getting to know people. And once people know you and they trust you and they like you, when you make a suggestion that will help them change their lives, they will want to join you, and they will want to change, and they will want to do what you're doing. So I hope that kind of allays any of the fears or doubts that you may have about jumping into this, because if I could go back to the very first day that my coach invited me and redo that day, I would have said, absolutely, sign me up. But I actually waited like 7 months, and I wish that I'd done it, in January or February or however, whenever it was, because I mean, obviously hindsight's 2020, but to be able to just be that much further on my journey would be amazing. And just to think of all the lives that I could have changed in that period of time is amazing. So going forward, obviously, I have more, there are so many more people out there for all of us to change. I mean, there is an obesity epidemic in this country. 1 out of 3 children in the United States and Canada are overweight or obese, and that is devastating. And so we're about helping families change. It's not just about the person we help, it's a trickle-down effect. It's the families that we help, because we help another mom and she becomes more positive and she improves her relationship with her husband and she inspires her kids to, I'm sorry, I don't know why this is getting to me today. She inspires her family to get healthier. She feeds them better food. She helps them to, go out and inspire other people. She becomes a bigger, part of her community. She improves her relationship with her parents and her friends. And it's all something that we help them start. So it's not just about us. It's not just about the one person that we help. It's about every person that their lives touch and every person that our lives touch. So, needless to say, this opportunity in this business is without a doubt one of the most amazing things that has ever come into my life. And there's nothing that I would love more than to have you join my team and to have a community of people around me who are as passionate as I am about changing lives and supporting and loving others. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Please, I even if you don't think it's something, even if you're on the fence, I just encourage you to just jump in. If you want to make a change in your life and you want to see the change trickle down to your family and your friends, get off the fence, jump in, dive in head first, because you can't know what's going to happen. You can't know the incredible changes that are going to take place in your life until you are in it. And that is my hope for you, is that you decide that this is something for you. So I would love to talk more with you about this. If you have any questions, please comment, in the comments. And again, I apologize, you guys. I had intended to go live, but I've got family coming into town tomorrow, and I know that I'm going to be, it's going to be a little bit crazy. So you will be seeing this on Thursday. So have a wonderful Thursday and a great weekend, and hope this has inspired you to change your life.